Today's the day.
You know, as being the oldest son and the oldest son all my life, I always felt I should be the strongest one in the family, especially for times like this. A little over 3 years ago, our father passed, and I was a mess. I was the weakest one. I struggled hard with it, but I have to tell you that a few years ago, I was saved. I'm so grateful for that, especially for this reason. A few weeks ago, Tracy and I were talking, and she mentioned to me about her salvation. You know, when you're saved, the Lord gives you a gift, or He may give you many gifts. As I reflect back on Tracy's life, and I see all the people who have come, and I've heard all the different stories, I realize what her gift was. You know, when we're saved, we're to go out and tell other people about our salvation and try to bring people to the Lord. Tracy was a private person, but she did do that in her own way. All the things she did for people. As Pastor said, I've had so many people that I've heard him say, you don't, when they came in for flowers, you know what's on the shelf that can make you something special. I've had so many people say that she made flowers, especially for them. She always smiled. When you walked in County Market, the first thing you saw was Tracy's smile. And nobody knew what she was going through. So many people had no idea. She kept smiling. And she kept encouraging other people, and she did for others. There were so many times in her life where somebody treated her poorly, but Tracy would just turn and go and help those people, even if they treated her badly. And that is the Christian walk. Christianity isn't a noun, it's a verb, it's an action. And that's how she lived. Many people may not have known that's what was in her heart. If you know Tracy and you saw her glow, that was the Lord glowing in her. I just thank the Lord that He saved her, and I pray that He saves everyone that's here today. I hope you all ask for that salvation so we all can see Tracy again. Thank you.
I didn't think I could say anything, but when Dewey said he was going to talk, and I didn't even prepare anything, but this is a celebration of her life. And she truly was a kind person. And I don't know if anybody knows the Raymonds, but we were known as the Rowdy Raymonds. There was a rowdy side to us, too. And Tracy loved to have fun. She loved life. And she used to live in New Cumberland and Harrisburg. And every time she'd come home, what can we do bad? Mom would say, there's toilet paper over there. It's an extra toilet paper. So one time we went up to John Glenn and we attacked Glenn's car. Saran wrap on there. And we had it wrapped this way and this way underneath. And Glenn's over in the shop and we're sneaking in. It's nighttime and there was quite a few of us there having fun with that. We even got a little calling card on there, so we put on there, we were here. We left our card so he knew it was us, but he didn't need a card. He knew it was us, didn't you? But they used to have a big German Shepherd dog. I know that thing was that big. It had teeth this big. And it was scared to death of that dog, and I heard this dog barking. Everybody ran. Tracy and everybody. I'm glad I drove and had the keys, and they didn't have the keys because they would have left me there. I couldn't run, so I jumped in the back of Glenn's truck and waiting. And he laughed so hard. He's saying, everybody, you got to see what they did to my truck. But laughter, she loved laughter. We loved to have fun. And we always said, Mom says, oh, I never did anything. Mom is the instigator, and she'll say, no. But we had fun as a family. We always had fun. We always did devilish things. And that's what life was about with Traci, was fun and laughter. And I think she would want us to continue laughing, continue having fun. Thank you.
Yeah, I just would like to say that growing up with Traci was a lot of fun, and always a good spirited girl, fun loving, fun to be around. And always remember the hugs and kisses with all my sisters, not my brothers. Just handshakes and hugs with the brothers. And no, I was looking at Traci's camera one day. She was showing me pictures, and I said to her, I said, how did you get my pictures on your phone? And she said, what do you mean? I said, the sunset. And she goes, no, I take pictures of the sunset. And I said, that's funny because they look identical to mine. So I showed her one. She goes, oh, that's neat. They do look alike. And it's a bright sun and a real blue sky, white coffee clouds. And I thought that was pretty neat. We like to take the same pictures. And also, Traci may have been the first person to start a photo bomb, which is when somebody's getting their picture taken, there's someone in the background making a face or being trafficked. Yeah, she may have been the first person to actually start that. But, just a great, fun-loving girl, and we will miss her.
Alright, I'm sitting up front and I'm hearing everybody sniffing, blowing their nose, and I'm going to let a secret out. So don't tell anybody. Shh. I just learned this with Traci because I was with her for the last 2 months and she let me know a big secret. She spent her whole life as a child, and every time she got a cold and every time she cried, she's never blown her nose. Never. I asked her, what you do whenever you're sick? She says, I just wipe and wipe. I've never blown my nose. And she'd hear me sneeze and blow my nose, and she'd say, how do you do that? I've never blown my nose before. Thursday morning, she left for work in a hurry, because she waited until the last minute to shower and get her hair done. And she went out the door and she came back. I said, are you done already? She said, no. I gotta hug you and say, I love you. And I told her I love you too. And then she left with her favorite thing and she said, peace out. So, whenever you think of Traci and Traci, thank you. Peace out.
A few years ago, I went to down by Harrisburg to get a puppy for my wife. And I asked Traci to go because I knew she loved Harrisburg. She was excited, so when we closed our match for the day, we went down and got the puppy, cute little thing. And she couldn't believe a big man like me getting a little wee puppy that small as my hand. She just thought that was funny and silly thing. But we stopped on the way back, let the dog go to the bathroom, and I said, whatever you do, Traci, don't step in it. She said, okay. Guess who stepped in it? She held back laughing at me, but I know inside she was laughing with me at that.
I don't even know what story. It seems like thousands and thousands of stories to tell. Anywhere they moved, it was my favorite thing to do, to go visit Aunt Traci. Maybe was a minor plus. I love spending summers in Campo with them and going to City Island and going to Chocolate World for the 100th time and riding the ride multiple times in a row because they were giving away free pasta. And Aunt Traci thought it was a great joke to keep just taking more and more pasta so we could make dinner. we had a lot of late night talks and a lot of weekly calls, and I always told her she was my person. Um, in October, I got married, and she had thrown her back out and was in terrible pain. But she ordered all of the flowers, loaded them into her car, and drove them to Pittsburgh. And she sat each day, all marked up, as she liked to say, trying to put these flowers together. I felt so terribly that she was in so much pain that I sat there trying to help her. And I'm so grateful now that I get to sit there and watch her work and help do that with her and spend that time with her. I will never have the creative vision that she had with flowers. But she made life so much prettier because of her creativity and her love. And I'm just grateful for every moment I have with her. And I will miss that giggle. I know that giggle, Shirley. And it was infectious. She sounded like a little girl, even all through her adulthood when she did that giggle. And I'm grateful to hear it, and that's what I'll remember most.
I want to tell you a story. If Tracy's here, she'll probably be slapping me in the back of the head. But as siblings, you get to, how we are growing up, we like to pick and tease and all those sorts of things. And Tracy's 12 years younger than I am. And it pushed her button when she was very little, and I called her a stinky sock. She did not like that. Probably not happy about that right now. But I used to tease her all the time and get her going. And, of course, she was probably, 5 or 6, and I'd do that to her. And she'd end up crying, going to Mom. And one day she went to Mom crying. She said, "Why does he keep calling me a stinky sock?" Mom says, "It's because he loves you so much. That's how he shows his love." She says, "I wish he didn't love me so much."
One of Tracy's school buddies told me a story I never heard. But anyway, she told me a story about Tracy that I never heard before. And it was I was so appreciative Julie for telling it. Dad Dory gave her an old mousetrap car to play around with. And so she and Julie would go out in the car. And Julie says, she had to start that car with a screwdriver. And it had no radio. We had to put a boombox in the back seat. And I just appreciated Julie telling me that. I never, of course, Tracy didn't tell me any of that. She had fun. She had fun. Thank you.
I'm really glad that Pastor here called it a celebration of life, because that's what it is. I'm the son of a romantic child. That being said, sometimes it's felt like I've been outside looking in. This gave me a unique perspective of the Raymond family. Lord knows I may not have known Tracy as well as some of you, but I know who you are, and that's a loving family. I realize with the passing of these recent unfortunate events, it can be hard to sleep at night. But I want you to leave this place today knowing that Aunt Tracy is part of a large, loving, and caring family. And right now, despite what has happened, she is truly happy. Her place was not here on earth, but in heaven. She is at peace in heaven. She was able to leave us receiving the love that no husband could ever give, and a love much stronger too. She was able to receive the unconditional love that only a family could give. And I know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that she's there in heaven because her soul is pure. I guess God couldn't wait to meet her. Revelations 21:5. And he sat upon the throne and said, Behold, I make all things new, for these words are true and faithful. Can you imagine how pleasant that is? God says, welcome home, my child. And Pappy, with arms wide open, says, I didn't expect you so soon, but I sure did miss your face. I've grown up quick in these 19 years so far, and if I've learned anything, it's that family is priority, and no other love or affection can replace that of an aunt, an uncle, sister, brother, mother, father, or daughter. I want you to leave here today knowing that Traci is loved and will be loved, and that she loves you with all of her heart. And that she knows this, and she's sitting happily right now next to Pap in heaven. So I love you, Aunt Traci. I hope when that day comes for me, I can be there with you. My grandpa said to me, grandson, sit down, we need to stop. In life it may be times when it gets hard to walk the walk. It's easier to take the path that most have traveled on. But then again, sometimes you do what's right, you must walk alone. And that's a lonely road. Whoa, when this world burns down deep in your soul, whoa, you'll find there's peace left behind. You will find there's peace left to find. She loves each and every one of you, and she received all the love that a person could ever get, and made sure of it. We'll see you again someday.